Is it? Is that the finger? Or am I? Okay. Well, hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? I'll tell you what's up. Heaven. I'm Pastor, Brother, and Father Figure Joe Shishine, and I'd like to welcome you to Prayer on Demand, presented by the Church of the Immaculate Penetration. Yes, folks, it has been a long, hard year for all of us, but nothing is longer or harder than God's love or God's big male penis. A lot has happened to me in the last year. I wrote the pilot for my gritty reboot of MasterChef Junior. And much like our former president, George W. Bush, I painted a series of portraits of the brave heroes who fell in the war in Afghanistan. Except my heroes are from the other side. Finally, I sat down and memorized all of my children's names. Here are some pictures of my kids. There's Brandon, and George, and is that Chem? Is that Chem? And then the last one, Loud. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to celebrate our year in the Valley of Death. And in order to gain power over it, we will celebrate the life that we still have, and we will thank God for his commitment to us. I had to say goodbye to 8 good members of this church as they went off to heaven. And then after a disagreement about money, I sent 2 more. Before we go any further, though, I'd like to check in with our man behind the scenes, Derek. Derek, how are you?
How you doing up there, Joe? How you doing?
Oh, Derek, I'm doing well. It's great to see you again. It's been a little while.
It's so great that we can finally get back to filling up this big old church of ours.
Oh, we're shoulder to shoulder, no masks allowed, because we want God to be able to see each and every one of our faces. And I've instructed everyone just to hold it if they have COVID, just kind of keep it on the inside. That's a special instruction I gave.
If you got to sneeze, do the classic cartoon finger stop.
Yes.
Finger
and
stop.
if you have to cough, make sure you put your head all the way up and cough up. So it goes up into the space above you.
God will take care of it.
God will take care of it. He'll reach his hand down and scoop it up.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, speaking of COVID-19, we've lost a lot of good people this year and some bad ones. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't a total loss, but we lost a lot of good people, 500,000 and counting. So I thought it would be good if we took a little moment here on the broadcast and just sort of did a little moment of silence. Okay?
Ready to go, Joe?
Let's do a little moment of silence.
Start with Gillette. Gillette's new Comfort Plus Dry Tech formula is designed to go on dry and fight sweat instantly. You'll feel fresh even up to 72 hours without irritation worries. Gillette.
That is powerful.
That is so powerful
stuff.
That is so powerful. I hope that everyone was moved and feels seen and heard. Now, this has been a year of trials and tribulations, and no character in the Bible knows more about trials and tribulations than Job, spelled J-O-B, and God sure did make him work for his love, didn't he?
Oh, that's
so
right.
Yes, that's exactly right. So the story of Job, where is my Bible?
But, I mean, you know the story, right, Pastor?
Well, Derek, of course I know the story. It's one of the most famous stories in the Bible. I mean, I could recite it verse for verse if I wanted to. You know?
Well, I mean, why don't you recite it verse for verse?
Well, no, nobody wants to see that. That's boring. They come for the. They don't want to see that. That's just showing off.
I mean, let the Word of God inspire you, Joe. It'll come out. It'll flow like water down a mountain.
Okay. Do you have a Bible nearby?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay.
I got this when I was confirmed.
Okay. So, just flip open a Job, and just you can stop me when I'm wrong, okay? And I'll go through, and I'm gonna just go straight through, word for word from the Bible, because I've memorized most of it, the good parts at least. So, like I said, just stop me when I'm wrong, okay?
No problem.
All right. Job was uh, God's favorite, and am I right? This is word for word in the Bible. Wow. Uh, Job was God's favorite, and he knew it, and God knew it, and Satan was jealous. Satan got real jealous, and he went up there and he said, and this is still right. This is still word for word.
It's amazing, Joe.
And he said, hey, you gonna, Job is just doing so good, but you still like me, right? And God's like, I don't know, maybe. And Job's like, he's like, well, no. And Satan, and then, and then Job, he, all of his taxes go away.
Well, okay.
All of his, and then his hair, it's big and all over his body.
It's well,
and when he goes to kiss his wife, her face is just ruined, and it's awful.
You're losing me, Joe.
It's an awful face, and I can't believe anyone would want to look at it. Okay, so I think that's good, and I think that's enough, and I think everyone knows exactly where I'm going with it. And so basically, the lesson is we are all like Job. Me specifically, because of the things that I've been through with my wife. With
Yikes.
my wife. Thank you. They're inappropriate, but we like it. So, Derek, now I know you're the tech guy, and you do tech, and you make sure my microphone's working and the camera's on.
Yes, sir.
But I know another thing that you like to do. You do the announcements for the church.
Well, yes, I do. And COVID-19 or not, the church's business doesn't stop rolling, baby. So let's get into these announcements real quick. All right. First up, we have a COVID vaccine clinic this coming weekend. Get vaccinated with the love of Christ. Get a kiss from Pastor Joe, and he'll make it all better.
You tell me where, and I'll put my mouth on it.
And it is free. So everyone, every member of the family, come on down, get a big old wet smooch from your favorite pastor, and delight in God's gifts. All right,
Yeah.
Next up, charity opportunity. Now, not a lot of you know this, but I've been struggling with IBS, and I'm running a charity to help raise IBS awareness. It's called IBS is Crappy, and you can see right there. And I think it's important that we get the word out there about such a terrible disease. Whenever a disease has an acronym, it's really frightening, and
Yes, it is.
and to sort of help boost awareness even further, I've started a Twitter account where I will actively, day by day, moment by moment, catalog my experience as a person suffering from IBS. And if you want to take a look, this is the kind of stuff that you will be seeing on the Twitter account. And it's really popping off. I got a retweet and 5 likes.
Wow.
Got a retweet and 5 likes. So it's gaining traction. So if you feel the need, if you feel moved to, follow the account, toss me some cash. I got a GoFundMe. And together, we're going to normalize IBS.
We're going to beat IBS.
We're going to beat IBS.
We're going to beat IBS. Now, Derek, what does IBS stand for?
IBS stands for irritable bowel syndrome. And what happens is my guts no worky very well, and so I poopy much very hurry.
Yes.
That's what Dr. Baby said to me when I went to visit him. And quite frankly, he's right. It's terrible to live with. Having a poopy little butt is not anything anyone deserves to live with.
No, at least not a grown up. A baby, I imagine, can have a poopy butt, but that's different.
I was told it was a baby disease, and so I went to see Dr. Baby, and
Yes.
I was diagnosed. And my family's taking it hard, but together as one church, we can stand together and beat IBS. I believe that. I really believe that.
I want to kill IBS.
I want to take a hunting bow and go in the woods and shoot IBS through the neck. I want to
put my hands around IBS's neck and I want to just squeeze until its eyes don't look right no more.
I want to be hunting for IBS. I want to invade the beaches of IBS Normandy, and I want to be rushing inland with my band of brothers suffering from IBS, and I want to see a little IBS step over the hill with no weapon and look at me frightened, and I'm gonna fucking fill him with bullet holes. I'm gonna make that IBS Swiss cheese.
And then one more. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit in the parking lot and I'm gonna wait for IBS to get off of work. And it works late at night, and so I'm gonna be the only vehicle in the parking lot. And as soon as it gets close to its car, I'm gonna run over with my car. I'm gonna hit it and I'm gonna say, "Stop making my friend's butt so messed up."
My butt is so messed up. That's the thing. That's what people don't realize. It messes up your butt.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Well, thank you, Derek. What else you got for us?
Well, you and I are friends, and we like to share words of encouragement with each other. And I figured,
yes,
after this harsh year, we've had to really lean on each other. And so, Pastor Shoshin and I have been sending each other funny little memes to keep our spirits up. And this is our words of encouragement to you.
Absolutely. And Derek should actually go. Why don't you read these? You read these to everyone.
This is a fun one that you sent me. It's a picture of the Joker, and it says, "I forgive, but I never forget. But sometimes I forget about myself."
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Sometimes I forget about me, and I need to remember to take time for myself.
Exactly. It's funny because Pastor Shoshin sent me this picture along with a picture of him sitting shirtless in a big lazy boy smoking a cigarette.
Absolutely.
So, he was having some fun that night. Now, this is one I sent Pastor Shoshin. It says, if you want to eat pussy, I want to eat success. And guess what? You are what you eat. Uh-oh. That's a little bit PG-13 now. Well, I mean, all things are possible through the Lord, and that means I can say the P word in church.
It sounds like is someone in your home flushing a toilet in the background? Oh wait.
Yes, my churlish little daughter is flushing the toilet to frustrate me. And,
so annoying. Now, this is a good one. I like this one. Now, will you read this one? I sent you this one.
Yes, it says, now this one's topical. This one relates. It says, Jesus died for your sins, woman lie for her grins.
Absolutely.
Now, this is in reference to the fundamental untrustworthiness as illustrated by Eve.
Absolutely, it's in the Bible, and I'm just doing what I can with what I have. And now specifically, you can look. It says woman, singular, not woman. So I'm not talking about not all women. But when I sent you this, I had a very specific woman in mind, and I know exactly who she is. And if she's out there watching, she knows who she is.
She knows who she is. All right, next one was from me. May the Lord keep you, even if wife will not.
Ooh, see.
Now this one's a little close to home. I don't know if the audience recognizes this, but this is a reference to my marital troubles. My wife gave birth to our churlish little daughter who keeps flushing the toilet and has put a strain in our relationship to the point that she has left me alone with my daughter.
Well, and complicating matters even worse, when she got pregnant, you two were still practicing abstinence, correct?
Well, I thought it was an immaculate conception, and I still do. I just think it was immaculately conceived by the devil.
Yes, because the child does have behavioral issues. That is absolutely true.
All right, let's go on to the next one. This was from Pastor Joe. It says, remember the Holy Trinity, the boys, money, and your slep.
Well, okay, that should say yourself. That should say, but I think I was in a hurry, and I just was trying to get it to you as quickly as possible. There's no time to waste, so I sent it to you.
Oh, that's so funny. Let's go to the next one. Bro, love is life, but lover is not always wife.
Ooh, see, and that seems like the sort of the flip of your situation, where presumably another man entered your marriage bed and impregnated your wife and gave you that terrible child that you're having to deal with right now. Does that make sense what I just said?
Well, my wife told me that she and Phil were just keeping warm, so
Oh yes.
I
Looks
trust
like
her
we've lost a couple of viewers. So let's pick it up here, Derek. Let's pick it up.
All right. If you are wife, be good to your husband. If you are husband, congratulations, you played yourself.
Yes. That's me. That's exactly how I looked at my phone when I sent this to you. That is exactly the expression I had on my face when I typed this in and sent it to you. It speaks for itself. You played yourself. You get married, you played yourself.
You played yourself. You're a loser.
You're a loser. You could have been like me. You could have 2 Civics, but you don't.
You could have 2 car payments. You could have been a big baller like me.
Yeah. Big baller. 2 car payments. Only one of them is insured. I'm crossing my fingers.
I take one out for spins and burnouts, and I take the other one to the grocery store only.
Daily driver. Do we have any other ones, Derek? Or are we all done?
God gave you his only son, so why does wife not let me visit mine? All right, next one. If you think I'm such a little boy, why do you kiss me? Are you like kissing a child? All right, next one. God's love, mother's love, brother's one, brother's love, brother's one. Wife not on the list? Of course. And that's about the old ball and chain.
Yeah, and you can see the Joker. He's like, hey, he's like, well, of course he's not on the list. I'm here for my God and my mother. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, you know what I'm talking about.
He gets it. I get it.
All right. Well, that concludes the announcements.
That was fun. We had a lot of fun. You know, folks, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and start over and do all of those again because we had so much fun the first time through. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do it. But if you want to stick around, folks, the video on demand, you'll be able to go back and replay all those and sort of watch and find your favorites and send them to people in your life who are struggling, who need encouragement, who, are that we can give. Folks, next.
And if you want to play those at 2 times speed and tell your friends this is about the pace it should have been, hey, we don't blame you.
Hey, that's your opinion. I think it should have been half what we went through. We ripped through some pretty good ones. My favorite one, never mind. All right, so next up, this is very exciting. We have a guest on the show tonight, and this is a woman from the church or from outside or something. I don't really know yet. She hasn't told me the context that she exists within, but her name is Cindy Glumbus, and Cindy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pastor Shoshin. I'm sorry to break up this boys' club. but unfortunately I have a tale that cannot wait to be told. I've been attending your church weekly all year, Pastor Shoshin. So I'm a little peeved you don't remember me, but I gotta say it wouldn't be the first time someone didn't remember me.
Oh,
If you don't mind, I'd like to tell you a quick story about my trials and tribulations this past year. I've created a short presentation.
excellent. I love presentations. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's called The Unbearable Pain of Being Left Behind. Life on Earth After Missing the Rapture.
Oh, no.
You see, it all started a year ago when I went camping in Big Bend with a group of my friends.
Okay.
One morning I woke up and they were all gone, and I haven't seen my friends since. I haven't seen my friends in a whole year, and that sucked.
Damn.
You know what? I think they got raptured and I got left behind. Now I know we're not a church that necessarily believes in a literal rapture, but I do. You think millennials have it hard? Well, have you ever heard of dispensational premillennialists?
Oh,
That's
jeez.
what I am. As a dispensational premillennialist, I believe that Christ physically returns to earth to sort the wicked from the godly before a tribulation, and anyone left behind suffers various torments and plagues. And, that's where I'm at. That's where we're at. I think I was left behind. But
Oh,
Pastor Shoshin, I just can't figure out why they left me behind. And
well, Cindy, if listen, if you got left behind, that means that I got left behind, and I'm Pastor Josh Sheen. I've dedicated my whole life to God. He wouldn't leave me.
well,
Would
let's
he?
reason through this together. I've assembled a list of my friends that I believe were raptured, and I'm going to try to figure out why them and why not me. Let's start with
Okay.
my first friend.
All right.
Here you see my friend Sophia, a sleeping angel. I thought long and hard about it, and I believe what must have happened is she turned her dreams of heaven into reality.
But how did Sophia get into heaven? She's exposing her shoulders.
Well, she did it in the privacy of her own home within a committed monogamous relationship.
Took a picture
So,
of it though. Took a picture of it, and you got it. So
well, let's try our next friend, see if we can figure
okay.
out this one. Here we see my friend Robin. Now, I think the answer is clear here why Robin was raptured into heaven, because Robin was protected by patron saint Laura
Laura
Dern.
Dern, absolutely.
Unfortunately, Laura Dern only picks one person to protect and suck into the heavens every year, and that was Robin. So,
That is my favorite show. Every Christmas, my family gathers around the TV to see who is Laura Dern going to select to go to heaven early, and it's
mhm.
always exciting.
All the Jellicle cats gather around, and we all can't wait to see.
Yes, the Jellicle Cats. Well, folks, stick around at the end of the show. We're gonna go. We're gonna go all the way back, and we're gonna talk about Jellicle Cats some more. Keep going.
Well, here's my next friend who I haven't seen in a year. Here's my friend Minda.
Oh,
What I believe happened to Minda is she jumped straight to heaven. She has leaps,
okay.
height, and some athletic prowess that I just simply can't catch up with. I've been doing calisthenics all year, hoping I too could leap into the heavens, but it's not working.
Is this the moment that she jumped into heaven that we're
I
seeing on the
believe
photo?
so. Yeah,
What's she carrying with her?
toiletries.
Toilet. Oh, okay.
Looks like a
They only have
volleyball.
hotel-sized toiletries in heaven, so if you want a full-size bottle, you got to bring your own.
And
Mm.
and honestly, honest, honestly, honestly,
Honestly,
honestly, when it comes to toiletries, I'd rather need it or have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So good
that's how
on
I
Minda.
feel
Good
about
on Minda.
prayer.
I hope she's in.
Anyway,
Go ahead. Keep going. Yeah.
let's. I have a lot of friends who left me behind, so let's move to my friend Luke.
Oh,
Here's my friend Luke.
Oh.
Now, Luke was very good at avoiding temptation, as you can see here, hiding behind the curtain, avoiding temptation. I'm not so good at it. When I look at this picture, I see things that make me think dirty thoughts. You know, it doesn't just look like a curtain. And that's the
Now,
kind of thought that prevents me from getting raptured.
in all fairness, now this picture here was taken at the adult megaplex off of 620. Okay, so while Luke did avoid temptation for most time, I believe this was him peeking through the curtains into one of the various displays they have.
Peeking through the labia towards the display.
Absolutely, that's a good way to say it.
And here's another friend who I haven't seen in a year. This is my friend Emma. Now, I think it's pretty obvious why Emma got raptured. I mean, God needed someone to help him with his glow up,
Hey
which would
now.
bring out Claude's eyes. That's something Emma can help with that I cannot. I've been wearing the same sweatshirt I wore camping for literally a year. So, what good am I?
Oh, well,
Does it smell bad?
you stink?
I can't tell because I'm all alone and I'm no
That's a good
longer can
indication.
sense myself.
That's a good. You might stink. You might stink. Check into that. Ask a stranger. Ask a friend you
I'll
trust.
put that on my possible reasons list for why I wasn't raptured.
Absolutely.
Next slide. Another friend ascended into heaven without me, my dear friend Lindsay. Now, I think it's obvious, again, why Lindsay was raptured. Lindsay is married.
Yes.
You know how long I've been single?
How
I've been
long?
looking for a man who will hold my hand through the pearly gates, but I can't find one.
You want him to hold your hand through the pearly gates, like he's inside and you're outside, and you're holding hands. Because that would mean he's dead. Is that what you want?
Oh, that's a good point. That's maybe why that line's not working on Tinder.
I think that's why it's not. Because you're saying I want a man who's in heaven.
All right. Well, I have a couple more friends I want to show
Bye,
you here.
Lindsay. Bye, Lindsay.
Here's my friend Shamrock. Now you might say,
No, little Shamrock. Oh,
how did a dog get into heaven? Well, we know all dogs go to heaven, but
yes.
Shamrock particularly was very good at turning the other cheek.
Yes, he
Something
was.
we know from the Bible is a valued characteristic
Yes.
in animals and humans.
Yes, it was. He turned the cheek because he only has one eye. So he turned the cheek so he could see.
I have two friends left, but I gotta say, these next friends make me feel better because not everyone was raptured. A couple other people were left behind. Here's another friend of mine that was left behind. This is my friend Kyle.
Oh, no. Is she
You might
okay?
You might ask, well, why would Kyle not get raptured with everyone else? He looks like an upstanding gentleman. Well, Kyle refused to open his eyes to God's miracles.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Kyle.
Oh,
Let's hope we
bless
all
him.
get saved.
Yes,
And not only
absolutely.
Kyle, but I have another friend also
Yes.
left behind.
Who?
Here's my last friend, Andrew. Now, what
Oh.
happened to Andrew?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Well, Andrew yawned too wide and the devil got in. So,
Keep your trap shut when you're outside.
This damn
folks.
fool knows the devil's outside.
The devil's outdoors.
now, clearly, I have a lot to mull over. Why them? Why not me? Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm just getting an alert that my credit card is being used to reserve a hotel for Seven and Marfa. I think I gotta go investigate that.
Well, bye, Cindy. Thank you so much for your presentation. That was a wonderful dive into the mind of someone who is truly struggling with their life. Derek, what'd you think of that? That was kind of wild.
I can't imagine being so glum and maintaining that tenor for an entire bit? Question mark.
Yeah, there were moments though where she laughed and we laughed. So, it's not all. Hey, listen, we can all get off the glum bus if we want every now and then.
Oh, that is her name, Glumbus. Well,
For that.
hey, it makes sense. Hey, Hey, what's
Sorry.
it called?
Sorry.
Uh,
Folks, we're going to stop the showdown so Derek can collect his thoughts.
I gotta remember this. Sorry. It's the thing that happens when like your name's something and you like fulfill the meaning of the name.
Oh, a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Hey! Well, hey, folks, Cindy, wherever you are out there, I hope that you get to go to heaven when you die. I hope that the rapture didn't happen, because if it did happen, well, then I am in a lot of trouble. And yes, folks, in the chat, please, if you will be friends with Cindy Columbus, please put your email, your phone number, your address, so she can come by and just give you a gift. All right, folks, the next up, we do have a video presentation from a member of our congregation who had something very important that she wanted to share with you. Derek, can you cue up that video, please?
Yes, sir. Here it comes.
I'm going to sit back.
Hello, my name is Marianne. I am the female leader of Bible study at First Baptist Church. There's been a lot of chit chat about a new Netflix series called Bridgerton. I have never seen it. It has never even come up for me because my Netflix is set to Christian, where I only receive movies like God is Dead, I Can Only Imagine, and any Kevin Costner movie where he helps a person of color achieve their dreams. But I heard the chit chat vaguely. When I confronted some of the girls about it, they wouldn't tell me directly, but I could smell they were horny. I could smell that they were horny. What does horniness smell like? Good question. It smells like Gardettos and Hawaiian Punch, but the Hawaiian Punch is blue. They wouldn't tell me. So I asked Jeeves, and I found out that it was a Netflix series, like I said before, with people of all sorts of colors. That's good. But it was also a book. So I bought the book. Oh, you're not reading only the Bible? That's right. I bought the book and I started reading it. But when it would get nasty, I would give it to my husband to read for me when it would get inappropriate. All in all, I read about 25 pages. My husband read most of the book. And I decided to bring it the next week to Bible study. I sat all the ladies down and I said, this week we are not doing a Bible verse. Shock. Oh. This week we are reading Bridgerton. Fannie Mae said, what is that? Feigning in ignorance. Guadalupe said, Bridgerton, how about we build bridges between us and the non-believers to bring them to Christ. Good one, Guadalupe. And then Stanley was like, you look really pretty today. And I said, shut up, Stanley, you brown noser. So I took my Bridgerton book. I opened it up and I began reading. One of his hands slid to the small of her back, supporting her as he lowered her onto the bed. Daphne felt the breath leave her body as she looked up into his intensely blue eyes. The world seemed somehow different when one was lying down, darker, more dangerous. And all the more thrilling because Simon was looming above her, filling her vision. All of a sudden, they both looked at each other and said, wait a minute. Why don't I get on my knees? She said. And she started praying that they start a Christian life together, where they start making babies and telling other people the goodness of Christ and making other people accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior and rejecting those that don't. And that's what they did. They had 4 children, named them all Jesus Christ, like George Foreman did. The end. That's right. That's how this book ends. Weirdly enough, why was I so afraid? And the Netflix series, I wouldn't watch it. That's not, you don't need to watch it. You have enough in the book. It's better to use one's imagination. And so I did the old bait and switch. I lured them with the words. I lured them with Bridgerton, and I brought them closer to Christ. I turned wine into water for these lusty, horny ladies. If you are interested in how I do this with other books like the Harry Potter series or Twilight, because I don't think that a 150-year-old man should be preying on a teenager, please visit my website. You can see it below. We're doing that, right? We're doing the below thing? Okay. I'm told. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. And you'll catch me later. Not if I catch you first.
She's doing ending hand gestures, but I can't hear.
You're right. Her body language is saying it's over.
We're back.
Am I back?
Her body language said it was over, and we cut it.
Hey, that's my marriage, baby. The body language is telling me it's over. Okay. Looking a lot like me. Folks, thank you so much for watching the show tonight. What a treat it was to see all of you. I really had a good time. Derek, did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
I had a good time. And we want to thank all the viewers. We want to thank Cindy Glumbus for coming on. We want to thank the woman who made the video and read from the wonderful little dirty book and talked about the dirty show. And please, folks, watch Bridgerton. They are a sponsor of the show. Oh, Marianne. Her name was Marianne. Thanks. Please watch Bridgerton. They're a sponsor of the show. Remember, Gillette, the best a man can get. A special sponsor of the show is Gillette. And Sierra Mist. When you're looking for something to quench your thirst and give you a little pep in your step, try Sierra Mist. Derek, do you have anything you want to say to the audience before we sign off? All right. See, that's good. Thank you so much. Wait. Well, did you have something?
I was gonna say the spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger is $1 a pound deal.
That is a really good thing to tell everyone. Really good. Cindy Glumbus, are you still there? Do you want to jump on for a second and say bye-bye?
I can't believe I'm still here on Earth. When will they take me? When?
True to form, hitting it one more time. God, if you're out there, please take Cindy, but don't take her if you take me too. Take me too. Thank you all so much. This is Prayer Circle Comedy. We appreciate ColdTowne. Give money to ColdTowne. Take some classes. Watch some more shows. Good night.